What's up, guys, and welcome to the weekly watch list video. Let's go over some stuff for next week. So, looking at the S&P 500, I think the main thing is if I can I detach this window? No, I can't. But okay, if you just zoom in and look at this put call ratio thing here. So the 10-day moving average, when that gets below the zero point 0.7, that is usually bearish. So or meaning that we could potentially see a top here in the market soon. So one thing I want you to note is that for the S&P, or just the overall markets, we need to be aware of being in long-term call options because there's too many people bullish right now. And it sometimes it'll hang below it for a while, but whenever it gets below it, that usually indicates a short-term top. It happened here, like it happens pretty much every time. So we have to be aware of that. So like that when we got below this level here, that was back in 828. So let's see, 828, and that's when we saw this pullback here. The time before that, that was 718. So here you go. There's the week of 718, and that was the top in the market. But you can see here we hung below it for um let's see, 7.2. So if we go to 7.2, 7.2. Yeah, so that was this week right here. So it was about a week before the top, and then we got the top. So just be aware of that me personally, I'm not going to be entering into longer term options until like calls until we get back above this and then kind of reset essentially. So right now would be the time to be looking for potential short positions and going short the market. So right now we don't have any sell signals. I'm going to be patient on that and see if we do get one. Right now, we just don't have any sell signals. So maybe if we go to the cues, we did get a sell signal today on the ready aim fire. I think that something that we could watch out for is if we break below this 786, I think it's valid to look for shorting opportunities and play the potential downside. So I like that as an option or something to pay attention to. When we get below this level, it doesn't happen immediately, but it's very effective in calling for longer term pullbacks like this one, so on and so forth. So let's keep an eye on that and see. I mean, that's my view for the markets coming up. So let's keep an eye on that. From there, so DIA, not too much to talk about on this one. All of the indexes had a daily squeeze, and now they're kind of running a course. They're starting to meet targets. The only thing is SPX does not have a target that, or has not met its target. So I'm thinking 5,800 to this 5,823 area is probably where we're going to top out. When we reach that target, it'll act as key resistance, but we have to get there. And it certainly doesn't have to make it there. It's just we need to be aware of the signs, and it would make a lot of sense that we may push up into here, and then maybe that will be it, or we QQQ breaks the 786 level. Okay, so those are a few things to pay attention to. Sector setting up in a daily squeeze. Now, if um, consumer staples, or sorry, if the NASDAQ tech stocks start to pull back, what we're going to look for is potential. We'll probably be able to see XLP continue to move higher. This one had a weekly squeeze that fired off to the upside. We played this, and then it also had a monthly squeeze, and we played this. So you just want to keep an eye out for that. I think that This is one dot in to the monthly squeeze. So in theory, uh, this is going to close in a few days. So once this breaks or once this kind of plays out, we can look for, we still have room up into 85 because the monthly squeeze is fired off. This should give us a lot of room. To give you kind of some examples of when the monthly squeeze fires off. So monthly squeeze, here's a monthly squeeze here. We're still in the midst of a monthly squeeze. This happened and fired off back in when we were at 4,800. So we're about 1,000 points higher from when this fired off. So about $100 in SPY. Um, and like some examples, XLV, when it saw its pretty good run here was when that fired off here, but you can see this was printing buy signals all through here and then eventually fired off. So that one looks good. Was a nice move. And GoDaddy is an example. It's probably a pretty extreme example, but monthly squeeze fired off here. You can see we had a pretty explosive move after that. After this many, many months of, well, years since, when was this? When, oh, 2018. We did nothing since 2018 and we broke out in 2023, end of 2023. It's crazy. So, and then you can kind of see there, you go to lower time frames, maybe. And then you can see there's all these opportunities for um, to go long. So there's buy signals here, or there's buy signal here, you got to pop. Buy signals here, pop. Buy signals here, pop. Buy signals here, pop. Buy signals here, pop, so on and so forth. So just something to keep in mind. So XLP, that's probably the best looking sector out there as of right now. XLV, this one, it looked good for the moment, had a nice little pop, but now we're starting to break down. So it's kind of like, I'll just avoid this one for now. You can see we're starting to hold below the 21. The momentum, the squeeze has gone from high compression, which is usually a warning sign, and then now is going to low or mid compression and the momentum is rising to the downside. So keep an eye on that. And then we continue through. Not anything I want to do with energy right now. XLF, this one's going into a little bit of chop mode. Not really sure what this is going to do from here, but I do know that um earnings is coming up. And so we want to pay attention to that. We did get a little bit of a momentum shift here. So maybe we will get a move up higher. But the thing is that we're rejecting the 786. Now, it looked better back here, and I actually went long this earlier this week and took a loss on it. Once we broke below, uh, this ended up being like a 20% loss, but I was essentially looking for continuation up into the 100% mark. But as you can see here, it was acting as key support. We broke it, just got out, and then now we're coming up and rejecting it. So we got to be a little cautious on this, but I do want to figure out a way that, if it's possible, to play this to the upside, looking for a run into earnings, which is coming up in a couple weeks for banks. USO, nothing to do there. XBI, charts look okay. Weekly time frame looks okay. It's just we've been in this range for quite some time. I think it'll break out if IWM breaks out. And so if we rank this based on strength, you can see jets is what has strength right now. So airlines. So, weird enough, airlines are the ones that have strength. So you can see we had some early entry signals here. had a big gap up. And so like names like DAL, they all went into the close with a 30-minute squeeze. So UAL, believe, nope, that didn't have a squeeze. But the top performer, LUV, is not doing as well. So just interesting to see. This one has a daily squeeze, I believe. Yep, has a daily squeeze rejected at the 618. Um, we're kind of in this chop zone. I think that we could see a continuation to the upside, just playing those lower time frame signals on jets. So just it's the strongest sector in the market right now. So we obviously don't want to ignore that. And you can see here we had buy signals pop. Here was just a 30-minute squeeze. We got a pop. And then now we are kind of printing the same thing. We're getting 30-minute signals and we could potentially pop. So continuing on from there, we've got XLY. You can see here, buy signals pop, buy signals pop, buy signals pop. And we're kind of just getting this continuation of an uptrend, and it looks pretty solid. And yeah, so looks pretty good. Extended for sure. Lots of strength. And I would say that's probably next. XLC. This one, they're just these sectors that are strong, you're gonna have to play them based on the lower time frames. You can kind of see it, buy signal, and then you just trade these buy signals, and you can see starting to get a low week. That's why these trend bars are getting yellow. XME, this one's just been a beast. It's continuing to just continuing to break out. And this one looks strong as well. XLU, this one not looking as strong, but it looks pretty good. One to pay attention to in here is NEE. So this one rejecting off the 786, but we've got this 4-hour squeeze. It looks like maybe ready to go and have a move to the upside. So keep an eye on this one. It's kind of in a flagging pattern, a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders. So I do like this one for potential upside. So this one looks good as well. Um, Gold looks like it took a little bit of a breather yesterday, which was needed. You can see here we had a 30-minute squeeze here that gave a pop to the upside, and it kind of just kept doing that over and over again. Just 30-minute pop, 30-minute pop, and so on and so forth. So gold is one to keep an eye out for. Bitcoin is something to watch out for as well. You can see we've got this nice pattern here. So like it's a little bit of a flagging pattern, and in the midst of a cup and handle. So this is a pretty solid looking chart, and I think we could see some continuation on this one. It's just a matter of if the market wants to be risk on or not. And um, I can check this. Let's see, is the market, and this will tell you if the market's risk on or risk off. So right now we're continuing to reject the 200 simple. Typically how this works is the market is more risk on when this is moving higher, and is risk off when it's moving lower. So this is when we saw that crash. So we need to see, okay, what is this going to end up doing? Is this going to range for a while? What's it going to do? What is its next step? And based on how this looks, we can see we've rejected numerous times off this highs, and has brought us down to this support area right around here. So markets overall look a little shaky in terms of continued further explosive upside, but we have to play it for what it is, right? So pay attention to the what's going on, the strength, and stuff like that. Uh, and then really that's mainly it for the sectors. I'll run through this real quick. Weekly buys in IWM, it's been really choppy, so you have to be aware of that. And then KRE, this one is looking like it's getting ready. And if this moves, IWM is going to move, vice versa. If IWM moves, this should move as well. So, because it is the top sector in IWM, so keep an eye on this. There's potential it could move higher, right? Couple other things. So, names that I'm watching. So, CRM, this is a pretty solid looking chart. If we're looking at the 30-minute time. So, well, we'll go out to the weekly. Got this nice cup and handle type thing going on. We've got momentum swinging to the upside. We broke and have all this support right here of the anchored VWAP 200 and the 21 all sitting right there. And then we have the 30-minute time frame, which just looks excellent. You can see here, buy signals, we get a pop, buy signals. Let's see what happens next, right? So this is just a nice trend of higher highs and higher lows. Really good looking chart. Um, really, we have to look, see if we can get through this resistance here of the 618. But if we hold the 786, I think that this 30-minute squeeze should fire off to the long side. And then we have open room up into 295. So this could, if it gets above there, we could see a pretty explosive move up into 295. So I like that a lot. Cisco, this one we took before the close. I think this one looks great as well. Um, reason why is if we go out, we can see the weekly time frame is now firing to the upside. The daily time frame has fired its squeeze, and we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles into the weekly squeeze. They typically run 3 or 6 to 10. Um, but we can't ignore the fact that in the relative strength scan, we look at strongest stocks top to bottom, and this one is ranked number 3. So you can see here we've had buy signals and we got to move up, buy signals, move up, buy signals. Let's see if we can get a move up. I like it because we're flagging and then also holding support at the 618 retracement level. So keep an eye on that. Another one that's had some strength and looks good is Lowe's. This one's had a strong uptrend and is continuing to move higher off of. We've had this daily squeeze. We're in new all-time high territory. The weekly is 2 dots in on the weekly squeeze. And then the monthly, I believe, is in a squeeze as well. Yeah. And so this one has gone from mid compression to low compression. So this is on its way to firing to the upside. So what we want to see is, okay, can we make it? We passed the 100% retracement. Can we make it up into this 200 or 1272 extension, which is about $20 higher or so. So this one has great strength, and you can see here, stocks and strong trends, they typically do the same thing. You get buy signals, a move up, a move up, buy signals, move up, buy signals, move up, and then now we're in buy signal mode again. BKNG, this is a great looking chart as well. Same story. Buy signals, you get a pop. Buy signals, you chop, chop, chop. Buy signals, you pop. Buy signals, you pop. Then we got another buy signal. Another strong name, Nike. So this one looks good. It's at the 618 retracement, so we have to be aware of that. We're looking at the daily time frame. We have to be aware that yeah, you're coming up on a whole lot of supply. So the 30-minute looks good. Like we're continuing to get buy signals over and over again. It's just you got to be aware. So a couple other names that are running right now are Cat with the industrials. This has a 30-minute squeeze, and is showing good strength and has broken out, and we still have room to the 1272 extension from its previous high to low swing. And I think this one here forms 30-minute squeeze, and then we should get a pop up into 403. I really like this chart a lot. And then let's see here. Oracle looking good. This has a 4-hour squeeze that looks pretty solid. And so there's a lot of things that are looking good in the market, right? One of the names we played is LMT. And this one was simple buy signals. We bought it at the 21 and then caught this move up into the 1618 retracement from a longer term swing that came off the monthly chart. And yeah, so now it's breaking through that. So any runners, we could see a move up into 600. So, okay, threw a lot at you. Now let's kind of break this down. Key names that you want to focus on that should be in play. Uh, Lowe's is a great looking chart. Okay, so going through the sectors, if you want to kind of divvy out what you're doing here. So Jets is the sector that has strength right now. Jets, XLY, and XLC. So this is names like Google. This is names like Meta, Netflix. Those are the names with strength right now. And then XLY, that's something that you want to pay attention to because that's going to be your Tesla. That's going to be what else is that going to be? Amazon, which right now is having a little bit of a pullback. That's interesting. So it looks like this daily squeeze is ending. So this might be in a mode to reset, but stick to these relative strength winners. So if we sort these by market cap, you can see Tesla is at the top of the list. Walmart, this one is a great, great name that has been trading really well recently. This is an XLP. It's back at its 195 minute 21. Notice we got to it here, we got to it here, and both times we popped. So keep an eye on this. Those are some names to watch out for. So you can take a screenshot here. Here's your top list of strength. And then market cap wise, here's your strongest market cap wise. So those are the ones that are kind of at the top of your list. So there's that. T-Mobile looks pretty solid. And then from there, what are we looking at? Okay, the sectors, Jets looks good. XLY, XLC, XME. Usually you're probably just going to put a sector on this one. XLU, XLI. Those are your top dogs right now. So you want to pay attention to those. And most notably, you got that 30-minute squeeze going into next week on Jets. So we want to keep an eye on that as well. So I hope this helps. For the people that are interested in the buy and sell signals, the indicator is out now. I have a 50% off for anybody that's interested, and it's going to last through the weekend. Basically, you're going to get 50% off to try it out, and it's subscription based, so you'll get to try it out for $23 for a full month. And the code is ALGOTRIAL. I'll put it in the description, but you're going to get a full month trial on this for only $23. It gives you the exact buy and sell signals that I use to trade. That's how we've caught Google. We caught it here. We caught it here. And plenty of trades. LMT in the past week, we caught LMT. We've what other ones? NVIDIA for 50%. We've caught a lot of really good trades based on using these signals. And I mean, if you've been here for any length of time, you know that that's where we've gotten all these trades. So that's out now, and you can get that for 50% off for the first month. So I'll put that link in the description. And yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions, and then we will kind of continue from there. And I'll see you guys in the markets next week.